Okay, hairdressing part 2. If you missed part 1, here's the link. Alright, so I found this hairdressing salon that were only charging about $25, $30 a haircut. $25 to $30, and I figured, okay, well that's what I used to pay, that's what I want to pay. So I went in there, I said, hi, I'd like a haircut. I was pretty nervous, you know, because I didn't know if I was going to get a good hairdresser. I didn't know if I was going to get one that would talk a lot. You know, it's a gamble. A hairdresser can be a gamble. Trying to find a good hairdresser, it's a hard thing to do. It's very hard. So I went in there pretty nervous, like a school kid. And I sat down and she gave me an awesome haircut. It was awesome. She took her time, she wasn't rushed. She like triple checked everything. It was awesome. I was really happy. So a few weeks later, when I was due for another haircut, I'm like, yep, I'm going to go back to that salon. The only thing is, when I rang up to book an appointment, they asked me which stylist I wanted, and I didn't know her name. So I was like, yeah, I don't know, it really doesn't matter. So they booked me in, right, and I was hoping that I was going to get the same girl, but I figured, well, if I don't get the same hairdresser, well, maybe, like, she was really good, so maybe the other hairdressers at the salon, maybe they're equally skilled, you know, because she did such a good job, so maybe the other people that work there too are pretty crafty. So I went in there and I saw the girl that had originally cut my hair, but that's not who I was booked in with. I was booked in with a very young girl who I later found out had only been cutting hair for 8 months, which is fair enough, you know, hairdressers have to start somewhere, but being a pedantic little fuck that I am, I was very nervous, and she spoke a lot. And I'm like, okay, and I'm sitting there and she's cutting away and she's being a bit more rushed and not taking the due care that the other girl was, and I'm getting nervous, and then she's talking to me a lot and I'm going, look, I don't really want to talk. Anyway, it wasn't as good as the first haircut, but it was pretty good. It was alright. She missed a bit on the side that I didn't have the heart to tell her, though. I had to go home and fix it up myself. Is that weird? If you go to a hairdresser and they miss a bit, I mean, should you tell them? I don't have the heart. I don't know why. But when they think they're done and they hold up the mirror and they show you the back of your head and you can see that they've missed a bit, I instantly think, alright, I'll just fix that when I get home. I don't have the heart to say, look, it's a pretty good job, but you missed this bit over here. Like, you're way off, you know. You were rushing it. You were talking to me. You were too busy. You weren't thinking about the job at hand, and you entirely missed this part over here. I don't have the heart to say that. So, anyway, long story short, I've actually gone back to see her again, because when I left, she gave me a card. She's like, oh, make sure if you come back here that you see me. And it's like, well, I wanted to see, you know, the other girl, the girl that I saw first, the girl whose name I didn't know. I wanted to see her. But I felt, well, I can't go back and ask for the other girl now, because this girl's given me her card. She's like, hey, you have to come and see me. So if I went back, I'd feel like I was cheating. I feel like I was hairdress cheating, and she'd, like, give me the stink eye or something, like, there's that son of a bitch that's cheating on me. I don't know, they must make, like, a commission off the haircuts, and that's why they really want to make sure that you come back to them, which is interesting, because the first girl didn't, you know, give me a card or anything, so I don't know. But, yeah, the second time I went back, she tried something new and gave me this, like, mohawk. I didn't even have to style it mohawk. She just gave me this mohawk, and you know, it's pretty full on. I've still kind of got it now. I think I'm going to shave it out because it's pretty full on. But the moral of the story, sorry for wasting your time, but the moral of the story is, if you go and you get a haircut and it's not a very good haircut, and then you go back to work, or you go out on the weekend, or you go wherever, and other people see your haircut and they see that it's not a very good haircut, they tend to blame you. Like, they go, hey, did you see Tom? Did you see his haircut? Jesus. that's a terrible haircut. You know, or oh, what about Jessica's new haircut? Wow, what was she thinking? But the thing is, it's not Tom and it's not Jessica's fault. It's not your fault if you get a bad haircut. It's the hairdresser. Behind every, what was I going to say? Behind every bad haircut is a bad hairdresser. It's not the person wearing the haircut's fault. It's the hairdresser. So next time you see someone with a terrible haircut, and I don't mean terrible like it's a style that you think is shit, you know, because they might have asked for that style, and for that specific style it might be a really good cut. What I mean is, if you can tell that there's bits that have been missed, or some bits are longer and shorter, or whatever, if you can see that the haircut's bad, don't blame it on that person. Listen to me, I'm a real good humanitarian, aren't I? I'm talking about biker nods, you know, if they don't nod back, don't take it personally. And now I'm talking about haircuts. If you have a bad haircut, it's not your fault. Oh, I'm such a good guy. I might go right here. So that's my two-part hairdressing story. I had a blowout then. Hairdressing. That's my two-part hairdressing story. Sorry. Oh, Jesus. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching the hairdressing story.